Hey, Dave Harrington here out in the backyard. We're going to call this SDaves backyard training tips, I guess. But dig this. One thing I'd like to point out is what I refer to rangeisms. And that's what people do only because the limits of their experience are working at a firearms range of some type. And what I'm talking about, the one that really gets under my skin is how people learn how to handle their weapons and their firearms. At a range, there's always a berm. You're only allowed to handle your weapons with a muzzle oriented towards the berm or pointed into the berm. Well, how that carries over, the negative influence of that, is how that conditioning carries over into your functional everyday goings on. You know, it kind of puts that imprint in your head that if you're going to handle your blaster, it's okay to be doing it like this. I'm using initial loading as a demonstration tool or a demonstration task to get this point across. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unload and clear. Make sure my blaster is unloaded and cleared, which it is. Go ahead and holster it. Manage my mag. Put it away till later. Until I need it. I'm done. So I'm going to draw my pistol, and what happens is people get conditioned because of operating at the range to work with their pistol in this manner, you know, pointed away from them. And that's fine at the range. But you do this anywhere else, and it's problematic. One, because you're not applying muzzle awareness as it should be, which is as long as you're handling your blaster, you should always ensure that the muzzle is pointed in a safe direction. And of course, a safe direction is the direction in which an individual will not be immediately struck by a bullet in the event you negligently discharge the weapon. Okay, now dig this. Initial loading. To get this point across, I'm just going to cycle through different aspects of initially loading the pistol when you're ready to go to work. If you're in the habit of carrying every day, and when you get home and you unload and clear your pistol, if that's your thing, and it comes time to gear up or kit up and go out and about your day, and you need to initially load your pistol, this is the best way I would recommend that you do it. Okay, once you have secured your pistol, go ahead and lock the slide to the rear, do a chamber check, make sure the chamber's clear, a frame check to make sure there's no magazine present, and then a breech face check, and to make sure there's no cartridge hung up on the breech face. Chamber, frame, breech face. Okay, everything looks good. There's no foreign objects in the pistol. It should function properly. And I'll secure my magazine. I'll insert, seat, and lock the mag. Roll the gun back over, and if you notice, I'm keeping my muzzle oriented down this whole time. I'm not putting myself or anyone else at risk. Now, before I go to the slide lever and release the slide, I'll visually observe that action take place. The action of feeding, chambering, locking. Ensure that the slide is in full battery, fully forward and locked, and holster. I'm done. I'm loaded. I'm ready to rock. Now, loading in that manner, if you do it properly, precludes doing a chamber check of some type, blah, blah, blah. Now, dig this. When it comes time to unload and clear, remove the source of feed, store it, action the slide, extracting and ejecting the chambered cartridge. If you want to do a little slicky boy action and, do it aggressively and catch the cartridge. That's on you. Learn how to do it. But until you do it efficiently, you'll look like a ham bone until you get it right. Again, unloading and clearing. Inspect the chamber, frame, breech face. Clear, slide forward. Final confirmation. Point the pistol in a safe direction and decock the trigger mechanism. That gives you final confirmation and backstop the fact that the weapon is unloaded and cleared. Now, why would you do that? Here's exactly why you do that. Okay? We're human beings. We make mistakes. If you fail under whatever reason to clear the chamber and you do have a cartridge in the pistol, that final confirmation of pointing it in a safe direction and pressing the trigger, and if it does go bang, it goes bang in the most controlled manner in which it could go bang. And if you're doing what you need to be doing, nobody should be seriously injured or killed. Is it a negligent discharge? Yes. Is it a bad gig? Yes. Something failed. Primarily you failed to properly unload and clear the pistol. So make sure when it comes time to do that, you just execute cleanly with confidence and do it correctly. All right. One more method or way to load the pistol would simply be to secure it in your hand, insert seat and lock the magazine, come over, action the slide, visually observing, feeding, chambering, and locking take place. Make sure the slide is fully forward in battery, holster and secured. You're good to go. Both techniques are valid. The first technique I showed you in respect to locking the slide to the rear first supports that 3-point safety inspection of chamber, frame, breech face, foreign objects to initially load. You're good. And it also reinforces the 3-point inspection when it comes time to simply unload and clear the pistol, chamber, frame, breech face, slide forward, safe direction, decock, and you're done. That's all I got. Out.